Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do subtopic number 1, topic sentence, our first main point. So what do we do when we start a subtopic sentence? You may not have this already typed on your paper, you probably don't. But what do you need to add to your subtopic sentence? First, to start with, so again, go to the back of your sentence by, oh no, not that one. Go to the back of the transitional sentences handout. And do you see I gave you 4 to choose from? You can choose something else if you think appropriate. But you need to start subtopic 1 topic sentence with one of these words. First, to begin with, initially, or primarily. So go ahead and write, and you're using pencil for your outline. Write a word to introduce. What word do you want to use? Pick one. And then write your subtopic 1 topic sentence. You should have this in your 6 sentences. If you printed your 6 sentences, you should have this in tab 7 too. And then what punctuation mark do you need to put after this?
Comma.
A comma. First, comma, to begin with, comma, initially, comma, primarily, comma. And then go to tab 7, and you should have your 6 sentences there, and you can rewrite your first subtopic sentence. Make sense? Oh, good.
So if we don't like what our topic sentence is now, can we change it in the future?
Yes.
Okay. Just
You
like
can,
jazz it
just
up.
to jazz it up, sure. That's a great question. Okay, everybody write your first sentence. Now you go to your first concrete detail. And how do you introduce it? What are some words you can use? Again, use that transitional sentences handout. You could use, for example, for instance, specifically, you could use, one example is, but you might as well just start with for example.
So is for example then a comma?
All of these will have commas after them. Good question. Thank you. So again, go down to CD number 1 and choose one of your intro phrases, your transitional expressions, from your transitional sentences handout, down where it says example. So you can use for example, for instance, namely, specifically, or to illustrate. You might as well start with for example, since this is your first one here. And then write, and you tell the story. Now, where are you going to find CD number 1? Well, the idea is going to be on your graphic organizer, but where are you going to get the information to write CD number 1? Your ABs, okay? Now, do you have a lot of room to write every single thing out on those 4 lines? Probably not. So this is my suggestion, right? So start the sentence, go as far as you can, and then do ... maybe put your citation at the end. Don't forget citations go at the end here. And then when you go to actually write it in class, you can go back to the AB as long as your AB is well written, right? So again, I would write as much as you can on here, maybe a sentence or 2 to start the story, okay, to show where you're going. Don't just put like your brainstorm phrase, okay? Actually write, that's why I gave you 4 lines. Put as much as you can on there, that way you're thinking about it. And then when you go to rewrite, you're not having to think, because we only have like a day and a half to write subtopic 1 in class. So you're not going to get 5 days to write subtopic 1, okay? It's probably 2 paragraphs at the most. So you're not going to have a long time, but I will give you a day and a half, 2 days. But if you don't know what you're writing, then you're going to be kind of at a loss, okay? So this is where you kind of plan. Yeah?
Can maybe like 2 sentences?
2 to 4, I would say. Do you see how? But I can't really. I could give you a number, but it really is the quality of your explanation of the CD.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what you looking at? I'm just trying to think about it.
Yeah. One end of the sentence.
Not in spite of. This is your first CD. So
Okay.
again, introducing concrete details. For example. So you're not going to put in spite of, because that's a counter argument word.
Yeah, that's not right here, but I guess.
Yeah, that's like when you're saying that if you're giving some counter argument information in a paragraph, you can put that in there.
Okay.
But you're wanting to show the example that proves this.
Yeah.
Okay? So why should there be? Because, and you're going to say, for example, the band. So cross that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just start to make it easy. For
Okay.
example.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, so on here, because I've read the citation, like the authors, since like they have a page where they like show like each citation, is there any chance I could write like that term, or should I write like this website?
No, you need to cite this website.
Okay.
Don't cite their source. If you went to this source and used it specifically, then you would cite their source.
Okay.
But you're actually citing this source. So if it doesn't have an author, then I would just, in quotation marks, I would write 10 ways.
Okay.
And don't forget your period goes after the citation, okay? Okay, so just a reminder, at the end of every CD, you should write out a citation where you got the CD. You will not have any citations for commentaries. Those are your own thoughts. Again, to introduce your commentary, go back to our list, the commentary guide, and add a commentary intro phrase.